Run away.
It's a new song. It's called Run.
Run, run, run away.
This is a song just for the youth, I guess. The youth in Korea, they feel like they're an encased like wall. Hopefully this song can help out with anybody that's troubled. So let's go. 해볼게요, 형.
그래 손이 닿을 때까지 달려가. 숨에 꿈이 찰 때까지 달려가. Everybody run, run, run away. 아무리 도망쳐봐도 숨을 수 없어. Everybody run, run, run away. 자기가 뒤돌아봐도 그대로 있어. You got me running, running, running away. You got me running, running, running away. You got me running.
You're obviously incredibly well spoken and you studied creative writing at Stanford. Do lyrics therefore come easily to you?
It does, but it has nothing to do with Stanford. Like the university thing, just, I don't really know why I was there, to tell you the truth. I mean, I think I was there just to please my parents, in a way. I didn't go there with like this huge heart of, I'm gonna graduate from this country, from this school, and then I'm gonna come back and like change the world. I just like writing. My parents kind of forced me to go, so I went there. But the university.
Do you have any
thing,
resentment about the fact that they pushed you into it?
No, because I went there and I couldn't stand it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing against Stanford. Stanford's a great school, but it just wasn't for me. I'm not into that whole thing. So when I got there, I tried to figure out the fastest way to get out.
Well, you did get out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I got out.
3-year course in 6 months.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't know. I just piled up the credits and just took an overload of courses. I tried to get out the fastest I could. It was either expulsion or graduation.
So what do your parents think about what you've done for yourself now?
When my first album came out and it bombed, my parents were like, I told you so. You should go to law school. And I said to them, I'm the type of guy that would break the law. Why would I go to law school? I mean, it just didn't make any sense to me for me to practice law. And then I started thinking about it because the second album bombed, and I was like, maybe music is just not gonna work out for me. I decided maybe I should maybe study for law, and then I was preparing for the tests actually. And that's when my third album happened. So I was like, okay, forget these books, I'm sticking to the studio and the microphones. And
you have a very high IQ, I understand. It's over 150, we're told. So it's up there. Like a lot of highly intellectual people, you have suffered from depression. Tell me about it.
I don't know if I ever overcame it. It's just integrated into my life. So I'm okay, though. I'm not crazy. But yeah, I think almost everyone in the modern world is depressed in some way. I mean, I look at the people around me and I see people that need therapy. But it's therapy itself is kind of frowned upon where I live because they might think that you're just crazy.
Back in Korea, where I'm from, where Mitra's from, where all of us are from, if you go to see a shrink, they automatically label you as a crazy person or as a freak. So people are afraid to admit that they're depressed. They're afraid to admit or say to even close ones that they're hurting.
You've been outspoken about your trouble with depression as well. And how's that been received in this country? I mean, you were alluding to the fact that mental illness in Asia is still something that you don't talk about,
Yeah, but the thing is, the perception the youth right now is very different from even my generation. Like the younger kids, the whole mind state is different. Korea is changing very fast, and it's adapting to everything around, adapting to new ideas very, very quickly. And just a few years ago, if anybody mentioned that they were depressed, people were like, oh my God, that person is meant, he's got some problems. But now it's accepted. Now people talk about depression and they actually care.
실만을 쏟다 음악은 나의 교심의 실에서 평가 불가능한 한 필요와 실 벌써 decade still Michael checking like JK 형 밝은 미래 in my arms 신라콤 부파 in my tomb 가사를 쓸 때마다 혼자 아냐 in my room 내게 숨 갔던 친구들의 파리하는 나라 내가 대신 구는 꿈속에서 편히 잠을 자라 며칠 내 땀을 봐라 I'm a damn rebel made an independent label cause I won't ever settle at your level like Bob Dylan I'm not there in this pale rail 서서히 내 art pop well till I see gotta fail 높이 솟아올라 세상은 유대차 보니 지속한 모방 속에 피로 차올라 but 징조가 좋다 Luther King 목사조차 we go.
So you obviously deal very nicely with the fans. Do you kind of get a bit sort of embarrassed, or do you actually enjoy interacting with people?
Well, usually we don't really think of it as fans and artists. We just think of it as people like what we're doing and they're just giving us their props and we're just grateful for it.
This area, Hongdae, is the birthplace, I guess, of hip hop. Tell me about what it means to you, because I understand that it's changed a lot in the last 10 years, right?
Yeah. The great thing about Hongdae was that there's a lot of street culture. Just b-boys dancing in the park. There were a lot of freestyles. Also, there's a lot of clubs, live clubs, where people perform. But the sad thing is, everything's changing. What's happening is, whatever is profitable is what people are doing. So the club owners are getting rid of the venues and changing it into whatever makes money. And that's really depressing because there's a lot of really great independent artists and art that's coming out of Korea.
Mithra, how important do you think it is for young people, like you guys are, to be able to express yourselves through a medium like hip hop?
사실 지금 꿈이라는 것 자체를 가진 사람들이 많이 없기 때문에 적어도 그
Honestly, I don't think there are many people who have dreams nowadays. If they can access a certain culture at a young age and use that as a medium to express themselves, and if that happens to be hip-hop, then that could be an important goal for that person.
The third member of Epik High is in the military at the moment doing national service. How are you feeling about the future of Epik High, given that one of you isn't here?
2 years is a long time if you think of it as a long time, but it's also a short time if you think of it as preparation for something bigger. I think I'm going to concentrate on how our comeback is going to be on a much bigger scale.
So every cloud has a silver lining in your...
Yes.
손머리 위로 외쳐 고르죠 한 번 더 손머리 위로 외쳐 고르죠 비명 질러.
Epik High toured the US in 2009. How did that go? What were your concerts like, and were audiences receptive to your music?
I never imagined I would be performing at all in the States, a while back. But when I got there, surprisingly, I thought maybe it might be packed with Koreans.